All right, so now we're headed to Merida. We are at the Cancun airport. We are getting on the ADO or 80 bus. We're headed into Paseo 60. You can also travel on this bus directly to Cancun. You can travel on this bus to Merida Airport, but we're going to go the Paseo 60 route, which I'm glad we did. I didn't know that was the best route or more scenic route from the beginning, but it actually is. Not much to see when you're traveling. There's a lot of jungle. But the buses you can see are very nice, very comfortable. The seats recline. You can plug in the charger for your cell phone. I actually moved to an area where it was two seats empty, and I just kind of stretched out because there wasn't many people on the bus. We had one stop, then we had a drop off, and then that was pretty much it. The bus stayed open for the most of the ride. So now we've done some traveling. It's about a 3 hour drive, three hours, 3.5 hours. When you're coming into Merida, you're coming into the suburbs first. So this looks like Cancun. It's gonna take you through Cancun, go kind of north, up and around to Los Edos, coming through there, and it's gonna take us all the way around towards the top, towards uh, no, not Cancun, Chalul, towards more closer towards Chalul, and it's gonna come back down through the north. But you can see kind of like the feel of kind of scene as we came through there. It's not very modern. They actually say kind of scene is one of the areas that's probably the least safe. Since I've been here, everyone says don't go south, don't go to kind of scene, don't go Uman. Not that you might have trouble with people like shooting or anything like that, but you kind of get people that break into houses, or if you're out late at night, you could potentially get robbed or something like that. So here we are. That's the Petty Fetico. That's the Petty Fetico right there above us. That's like the freeway. Okay. But we went underneath the Petty Fetico. Now, this area right here is more Americanized. This is Norte. Norte, it looks more modern. The streets are very smooth. Some areas of Merida, especially when you get into Centro, the streets are really bad. There's a lot of potholes, but they call them baches. Potholes is like baches. But this area is really nice. This is a area where you'll find the Walmart, the Superaki, the Chidawe, which is another supermarket. You'll find the restaurants like TGIF Fridays, Carl's Jr. They have a mall as well called Alti Brista Mall. I believe we're coming up on some dealerships pretty soon here as well. Yeah, there's the car dealerships. They got a new brand. Check that out. They're advertising brand new cars for about 348 million pesos, which looks like 348,000. But they call a million, but that's only like 17,000 USD for a brand new car. It's gonna be like a smaller, like Kia style type car. You see Nissan, you see Audi, so they have some major brand car dealerships here as well. So I think we just passed the Alta Brista Mall. There's a Sears, or either a Sears is coming up, a Sears department store. No, I think the Sears department store is over to the right. Okay, now, yep, there it is right there. Okay, so this is a really nice area, and it's about 15 minutes from Centro, and then it's about 20 minutes from Progreso Beach. Okay, now we're dropping some people off at the Alta Bristol area. Okay, so later I realized we were right here at Monteo Walk. And in another video, I'm going to show you just going down that path or going down that strip at night is really nice. I didn't realize that until a few days later, but that's a really nice area. So you can just see, you'll find like some smaller street vendors as well in this area, but mostly it's going to be stores, restaurants. You can find some high-rise apartment buildings, condos, things like that as well. That is the tram. That's the bus that they use. They say you can travel on that bus very cheaply. One guy told me you have to get the cars and the passes to ride that bus at the OXXO. They sell them at the OXXO stores. The OXXO is basically like a 7-Eleven. They have 7-Eleven down here as well. So look at the streets. Very clean, more like an American type of vibe. And you're going to see why I'm saying that, because when you get into central, more central, more downtown, you would think that downtown, look at these buildings, beautiful, beautiful buildings, beautiful architecture. You'll see in another video, some of these buildings, corporations have bought them and made them, or banks have bought them and they've made them banks, or they've made them restaurants, or there's a Starbucks that looks like, I don't know if Starbucks built theirs. That's a theater. Okay, so now now this is the Monteo Walk right there. If you turn left, and to the right side, that was the Walmart. And then that's where they drop us off, Paseo 60. This is where you'll get dropped off. This reminds me of like an outdoor mall that's near me in the States. So we didn't see like an ADO location to buy tickets. So now we got to figure out where we got to get our tickets to return, or not to return, to head to Cancun after this. But in this area, we just sat down, we called the Uber. We walked around this little plaza, but everybody's unloading their bags right here. This is inside of the plaza. I actually walked around up top. There's my wife down there, my daughter. So we got the luggage. But this is a very nice mall. Again, this is Norte. There's my wife dancing. So this is Norte, north of Merida. So there's different areas, different names for small neighborhoods within the north. There's neighborhoods all around Merida and surrounding, and there's different suburbs and things of that nature. But they call this Norte. All right, beautiful architecture here. I love their style of kind of how they build things. Okay, so now we're in the Uber. We call the Uber, and now we're headed downtown. All right, so, or more central Merida, which is more expensive. This is the crazy part. This is more expensive, but you can see it's an older town. You're gonna have more baches, more potholes. The streets are not as nice. It's very compact. Everything is close to each other. You have a backyard, but you don't really have a side yard. So it looks a little bit rough around the edges. It's very safe though. People don't look at you weird. They might look at you because they might see that you're not from there, but they don't give you, there's no problems or anything like that. That's the gas station. Gas out here is like $1.10, $1.20, I believe, per liter. So it's like $5 per gallon, because I believe it's 4 liters in a gallon. So we're just driving through the neighborhood right here. Let's see what else we're gonna see up here. But just take a look at the buildings, and you'll see like it's not like Norte. And some other videos I show you further out in the suburbs, about 30 minutes outside of the city, 40 minutes outside of the city, and it's like new construction home, things that we're more used to in the States. But here, um, it's you have to have a certain type of taste or tolerance, maybe, to want to live here, or you have to just want to be very local or in walking distance to different things. So there's a lot of little small restaurants, a little small stores, independent, small mom and pop, independent type of establishments selling clothes, selling food, everything, pharmacy. You can go in here and find some stuff cheap. At the same time, you can go in and find some things cheap because you got so many people selling things out here. But when you get to like maybe some higher end restaurants, it's gonna be probably a lot more expensive, but it's not really expensive, just expensive compared to where you can find it somewhere else in the city or somewhere else outside of the city as well. So just some areas, certain things that they have to import as well, can be expensive. There's also an area where, and I'll show you in another video. It was like what we call a flea market, right? It's like a local market. They don't call them supermercados. I think it's just mercados. So it's a market, a bunch of different vendors, food, um, construction material, clothes, like anything that you want, you can find. There's an OXXO. There's an OXXO right there. That's like a 7-Eleven as well. I didn't know that they had one downtown because it's so much, like it's so busy. People driving very fast and, a lot of people on the street. It's a lot going on at one time. Okay, so we're just riding through. You got the guys on the motorbikes. It's a little bit loud downtown as well. So if you were living downtown, you would hear the motorbikes all the time, like coming past your house. It's not really the cars. Sometimes you'll hear the people walking around, like talking outside of where you live, but mainly it's the motorbikes. You'll hear them. You'll hear a lot of those. And I do another video where I talk about the cost of them. They actually sell those motorbikes in like Walmart. Next stop is the Airbnb. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share.